So today we will keep practicing our sentences. We will keep using our favorite method for learning Spanish. Remember, we learn sentences, we never learn words, okay? So let's start. ¿Cómo dices esta oración? Oración número 11. Then. You have two options here. You could say luego or later, like más tarde. Okay, let's use luego. Luego, we have lunch. Do you know how to say to have lunch? In Spanish, this verb is just one word. It's going to be almorzar. Okay, but you need to conjugate this. Almorzar. So, luego nosotros, right? Nosotros almorzamos. Nosotros almorzamos. Remember this location in, on, at, en. It's going to be en un restaurante. So, luego almorzamos en un restaurante. Remember, here we are learning the present and also ser y estar. This is the grammar of this story. Okay, let's continue. Oración número 12. ¿Cómo dices esto? Here, the food, do you know how to say this? It's feminine. It's going to be la comida. Okay, here, this is important. You're giving your opinion. So you are going to use estar. When we talk about food, taste, you have to use estar. Okay, so it's going to be la comida está deliciosa. Deliciosa. Muy bien. Remember, you need to be faster than me. Vamos a continuar con la oración número 13. La comida está deliciosa y el lugar, this is masculine, lugar. So here you have to use estar again because it's like the condition of the place, okay? So it's going to be y el lugar está. Again, está lleno, okay? Está lleno. Muy bien. If you have any question, just let me know in the comments. Continuemos con la oración número 14. 14. Nosotros, right? Nosotros. This is also is like condition. For instance, if I ask you, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? Tú estás feliz, for instance. You could say, yo estoy feliz. In this case, we are going to say, nosotros estamos. And do you know how to say satisfied? Nosotros estamos satisfechos. Nosotros estamos satisfechos y, right? Oración número 15, sentence number 15. ¿Cómo lo dices? Acá sería tú, acá, here again, you already know this, condition or mood. You could say tú estás. Tú estás. Do you know this adjective, adjetivo? Tú estás impresionado. Okay, here this is very important. It's going to be por. Por y para, I know this is tricky. But for now, let's say it's just por. Por la comida. Okay, normally by is going to be por in Spanish. Por la, you already know this word, comida. Tú estás impresionado por la comida. Muy bien. Vamos a continuar con la oración número 16. Nosotros, right? You already know this. Nosotros, to walk, caminar. So, nosotros caminamos. Nosotros caminamos. Have to use this one. Caminamos through the streets. You could say like, let's say, by. So you already know how to say this. In Spanish, we would say something like this. I'm going to use this a lot, how we say things in Spanish, because translation, they are very useful, but sometimes they are not direct. So, caminamos por Remember, it's plural, so por las calles. Nosotros caminamos por las calles. Okay, remember, this is a story. Tú estás impresionado por la comida. Caminamos por las calles. Y oración número 17 is going to be la ciudad. Remember this rule con ciudad. All the words in Spanish who finish with that, they are feminine. Okay? Ciudad. So, la ciudad. Here we are going to use ser. Why? Because it's description. Okay, so you already know how to say this. La ciudad es. Okay, la ciudad es. Colorful es colorida. La ciudad es colorida. And vibrant is going to be y vibrante. Okay, I think these are new adjectives for you, but we use them. Colorida y vibrante. Remember to be faster than me because I want you to really learn this story. So, ¿cómo dices la oración, the sentence, oración número 18? We are amazed by the tall buildings. Nosotros, again, here is like condition. Amazed, like. So it's going to be estamos. ¿Cómo dices amazed? You could say, you have many synonyms here. Let's use asombrados. Asombrados. Or you could say sorprendidos also. Asombrados o sorprendidos. You already know this, right? By. Por. Buildings es going to be por los. Buildings is going to be edificios. Edificios. Remember, we use the adjective after the noun. Los edificios altos. Muy bien. Continuemos con la oración número, how do you say this number? 19. Be careful here. We have this tense. It's presente continuo, ing, and the verb to be. Remember, we always are going to use estar here in this tense. So, tú estás. Okay. Tú estás. Do you know this verb to take? It's going to be tomar. Okay, so tú estás tomando. Tú estás tomando fotos. Okay, here this is very important to remember. Like, for what? We're going to use here para. Tú estás tomando fotos para, and do you know this verb? Remember, para recordar. Vamos a continuar. Let's continue con la oración número 20. How do you say this number? 20. So, ¿cómo dices esto? You already know this. Nosotros, okay, here, visitamos. Nosotros visitamos the library. ¿Cómo dices esto? La biblioteca. Nosotros visitamos la biblioteca. Muy bien. Continuemos. Número 21. This is, we don't have this in Spanish, right? We don't have this. You just need to conjugate. And here is like a condition. Okay? So it's going to be está. Está. Do you know how to say this? Está. We are talking about the library, la biblioteca, right? So it's feminine. Está tranquila, right? Quiet, tranquila. Y llena, how do you say this? De libros. So you would say, nosotros visitamos la biblioteca, está tranquila y llena de libros. Vamos a continuar con la oración número 22. ¿Cómo dices esto? You already know this word, this adjective. Again, this is like a mood. Okay, so nosotros estamos emocionados. Okay, nosotros estamos emocionados. So here is going to be por. Okay, nosotros estamos emocionados por, to learn, aprender. Okay, remember the verbs, they are the most important thing in a language. Por aprender, how do you say this? Más. Okay, por aprender más. Muy bien. Ok, vamos a continuar. Let's continue. ¿Cómo dices la oración número 23? Again, here you already know this. You are looking for. This is very important. In Spanish, all this verb is going to be buscar. So you don't have to translate this, okay? So it's going to be tú, right? Tú estás. How do you say this? Tú estás buscando. Tú estás buscando. ¿Cómo dices esto? Un. Remember the noun first. Un libro interesting, interesante. Un libro interesante. Muy bien. So let's continue. Do you know how to say this adjective? It's really important, this adjective, because we need to be thankful always. Oración número 24. I'm going to explain something really important. For instance, you could say, I am happy. You could say, estoy feliz, but also you could say, soy feliz. It depends, actually, okay? Like, if you are happy just in this moment, you are going to say, estoy feliz. It's like temporary. But let's say you are a happy person, so it means most of the time you are happy. You could say, soy feliz. Knowing what I explained to you, how do you say this? You are thankful for the day. Tú estás. Because it's really specific. It's just for today. Okay? So, tú estás, and do you know how to say thankful? It's going to be, tú estás agradecido o agradecida if you are a woman. Tú estás agradecido for the day. It's going to be por el día. We use por periods of time. Por el día. Número 25, oración. ¿Cómo dices la oración número 25? We are almost there. So it's going to be, we are two students. This is like identification, or it could be like profession. So you already know if we have to use ser o estar, right? So you're going to say, nosotros, right? Somos. Okay, for instance, yo soy un profesor o yo soy profesor, tú eres estudiante, right? Somos dos estudiantes. Somos dos estudiantes. ¿Cómo dices who are? ¿Qué? In this case, who is going to be ¿qué? Okay? Because we are using this to connect two sentences. Because normally, who is going to be quién in a question, right? But in this case, we are joining two sentences. You will say ¿qué? Somos dos estudiantes que. This one is going to be que están. Do you know this verb? It's disfrutar. So, que están disfrutando, right? ING in this case, ando, disfrutando la ciudad. Muy bien. Let's finish with this. And I will give you an important advice after this sentence. So let's finish this con 26 y aprendiendo. How do you say together? Juntos. Juntos. Well, I would say this is one of the most efficient way to learn a language, because when you are talking in Spanish, basically you are saying sentences all the time, okay? So I recommend you to subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of materials. We are going to learn Spanish with a lot of stories, and I will explain to you every single sentence. But my advice is like, try to study Spanish at least 40 minutes every single day, okay? To be consistent. So see you in the next story. And if you have any question, just let me know. Have a good